Can someone please explain to me what Pedrazo means? This one is called Pedrazo Goals, Goals, Goals. It is from the Steam Workshop. I found it basically just picking the name alone because it was interesting to me. But there's no description, there's no comments, there's no anything except for the name itself. There's no screenshots or videos. So it's just Pedrazo Goals, Goals, Goals. So if someone knows what that means, please let me know. Otherwise, as we can see, it is a somewhat standard on the standardish side, 4-3-3. We will get into the tactic towards the end of the video, but first we're going to see how it does for our three teams of Liverpool, Aston Villa, and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So let's head to the Premier League and see how it did. Well, you can make fun of the name all you want. However, Liverpool come in first, 98 whopping points, only 2 losses of the entire season, 104 goals is a pretty impressive tally. Aston Villa in fifth is not too bad themselves, 67 points, 72 goals. Definitely not anywhere near Liverpool, but still not too bad. Liverpool do come away with a second trophy in the Carabao Cup final against Newcastle 2-1, unfortunately dropping out of the FA Cup in the 5th round against Man City. And 2 trophies is where it ends. Out against Feyenoord in the Europa League round of 16. That is not a great place to be. You definitely would have liked to have gone further, but you do get 2 trophies. It's not too bad. So competition-wise, Liverpool coming in first place handily, 98 points, 21 points higher than Manchester City. They won the league at like December, just kidding, but still, they won it very easily, very quickly. Unfortunately for the Europa League, out in the round of 16. Unfortunately in the FA Cup, out in the 5th round. But Carabao Cup, you get a second trophy. Not a bad season. So how is this going to look for our Liverpool squad? Well, as you can see, 37 goals from Mohamed Salah. That is pretty impressive. He does not get that high usually in these saves at least. But 21 for Nunez, 20 goals for Diaz. Overall, a fantastic grouping there. 20 assists for Salah. He had to have gotten player of the year, no question. 7.66 average rating, insane. Through the roof. And here, just to take a look, 23-24 English Players Player of the Year, English Player of the Year, English Premier Division top goal scorer, seasonal best 11, of course. African Midfielder of the Year, 3rd place? Really? And then Player of the Year, African Player of the Year, insane. Now as we switch to Aston Villa, unfortunately out immediately against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup 3rd round 2-4 and the FA Cup final. You get all the way to the final, but you lose out to Man City 3-all in penalties. However, you do pick up your one and only trophy of the season in the Europa Conference League 2-1 over Fenerbahce. Well done. I mean, you got a couple losses in there, but overall, a fantastic job. But overall in competitions for Aston Villa, we have seen them do better with other 4-3-3s in our saves. They've gotten higher than 5th, but 5th place is not too bad. They're expected to be in 10th at the start of FM24, but 5th place, not bad. They do win the Europa Conference League. Fantastic job there. Runners up in the FA Cup, and then knocked out really early in the Carabao Cup. Squad-wise, I mean, you get 28 goals for Moussa Diaby, a fantastic job there. Not quite the 37 that Salah got, but Douglas Luiz, Leon Bailey also doing a great job. Assist-wise, 16 for Douglas Luiz, Digne, and Bailey with 13 apiece. Average rating, 7.13 for Leon Bailey. Not bad. You definitely would have liked to have seen some of these numbers rise a bit, and possibly you could get them to rise a bit if you took control of this tactic yourself, but overall, not a bad job. Data hub for Liverpool, though, attacking through the roof. You got some league-leading numbers here, almost there in shots per game, dribbles per game as well. Aston Villa, unfortunately, not near those numbers that Liverpool had, but still, at least it's above Premier League average. Let's take a look at the team stats for the Premier League. Most goals, Liverpool, of course, with 104. Aston Villa in there as well in 5th with 72. Fewest shots against, Liverpool up there in 2nd with 242. Aston Villa all the way down to 6th with 333. Most possession, Liverpool in 4th. Aston Villa in 6th, 54 and 56. Most dribbles made, Liverpool in 4th and Aston Villa, 20 below, but still in 5th, 663 to 683. Tackles won, never there. Best pass completion, Aston Villa the only one on the list, 87%, not too bad. Most shots for it, Liverpool, of course, leading the league with 543. Aston Villa all the way in 8th, and then there you go. But as we switch our sights to the championship side, Ipswich Town coming in 8th place, 76 goals, 75 points. Not a fantastic season for them. They're expected, again, around 10th or thereabouts. We have seen tactics where they've just completely climbed the ranks. This one just didn't do it for them. They did progress a little, though, in the domestic cups. 1-4 lost, Carabao Cup fourth round against Newcastle, and then a quarter cup final against Arsenal is where you drop out of the FA Cup. So overall competition wise, you actually did somewhat well in the domestic cups. Unfortunately, I mean, you're not expected to go too far. So that quarter cup final is pretty nice. The Carabao Cup, yeah, whatever. But eighth place is not a great place in the championship. You definitely deserve better. You should be getting better. And I think in real life, they're doing fairly well too. So eighth place, yeah, not great. So how does that fare for them in the stats department? Well, goals wise, 15 for George Hurst. It's a little low for him. 13 for Connor Chaplin. 17 assists for Connor Chaplin is not bad. There you go. Unfortunately, 13 for Leif Davis is the only other one in the double digits. Average rating, 3 players in the green. 715 for Christian Walton with only 2 appearances. 713 for Leif Davis. Not the greatest. So they're not here all that much. They're not in most goals, but fewer shots against. They are in second with 357. Most possession in fifth with 54. Again, average. Most dribbles made all the way in seventh. And that's it. So with that, let us take a look at the tactic itself. We start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullback on the left in attack, a wingback in support on the right, ball playing defender on the left side, and then a central defender on the right. You do have some individual player instructions in there, so keep that in mind. A DM in the DM spot in support, no instructions whatsoever. A deep lying playmaker in defend next to a Mazzala in attack. An inverted winger in support on the left, an inverted winger in attack on the right, an advanced forward in attack up front. I really wish I knew what team this was created for, because that would really help try and figure out the players who they figured would fit into these spots. But it's kind of one of those things where you've got to mold your players into these spots or mold the positions into your players. So it's going to take some finagling to get around that. But attacking mentality in possession, attacking with is fairly wide, approach play, pass into space, overlap in the left and right and play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses, work the ball in the box, run at defense, and be more expressive. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the back line, and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. But now, how did it do for our 3 teams? Well, unfortunately, Ipswich Town, I mean, they did somewhat well in the domestic cups, but unfortunately in the league, it didn't work at all. 8th place is not a great place to end up. But Liverpool handily winning the league. 98 points is phenomenal. We have seen higher goal tallies, but 104 is still exceptional. Aston Villa in 5th, not too bad themselves. So take it for what it's worth. Take control of this and you could see completely different results. That Liverpool thing just stands out. 98 points, 21 over Man City. That's an insane job right there. But that is it for me, Stefan FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.